Hello, everybody. It's Dr. Sonia. I know you haven't seen me in a while. I haven't been here in a minute, right? But I have some important information to share with you. So I need about 10, 15 minutes. I'm going to try to time myself and make sure I'm at that time frame as I go through this. And I'm also going to log in. Let me go over to my actual fan page here because I want to have a conversation and give folks time to come in. So if you want to know what I am going to talk, and I got my dry erase board, oh, you know it's serious. You know it's serious when I just finished a couple of speaking events today, and I said, okay, this is the day that I want to share this information with you. And we're going to call this Coach to Millions. So if you're trying to figure out what we're talking about today, we're talking about freedom, legacy, and lifestyle. Coach to Millions, freedom, legacy, and lifestyle. So go ahead and put that in the chat. Go ahead and put where you're from and all of those things. Ooh, let me turn this down because it's got everything going on and talking about this. Hello from London. Hello, 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 hello. Absolutely. And so again, if you're here, go ahead and put your name in the chat and all of that and where you're hailing from. But I want to talk to you about coaching to millions. And I want to talk to you over the next 10, 15 minutes or so about something that is taking place right now that you're missing out on. For those of you that are listening to the sound of my voice, let's have a candid conversation about what's going on out here in this world that some of you are missing out. So let me kind of share who this is for as I begin to get started. This is if you're a coach, a consultant, a speaker, an author, a thought leader, a business owner, and you're ready to coach and consult to millions. And really, and this is what I'm going to say to you. Some of you hear this very loud and clear. I want to talk to you about packaging your life experience and your knowledge to make surgeons' income from your kitchen table. Yes, you heard me say it. Surgeons' income from your kitchen table. And I'm going to call this Coach to Millions. So hope you have pen and paper and you're ready to take notes, but you're ready for what I'm about to give you over the next 15, 20 minutes. I think, I'll probably get a little long-winded and excited as I read through your notes and all those things that I see here. So yeah, of course it's going to chime right now. I thought my phone was on. Nope, it's not. Let me go ahead and turn it on vibrate right now so you don't hear all of that chatter in the back. Okay, so go ahead and put in the chat where you're hailing from, where you are. And if you are a coach, go ahead and put it in the chat. Coach, thought leader, author, entrepreneur, business owner, a speaker. Go ahead and put, if you're all of them, put all of the above. If you're none of them, but you say, I want to be, say, show me. I really want to know. So this is Coach to Millions and how to package your life experience and your knowledge to build your business from your kitchen table and make surgeons' income. Ready for it? I hope you are. So the first thing I want you to know is what's going on out here in this industry right now. Many of you are watching what's going on in the news and you're out there and you probably haven't seen me a lot. I apologize. I haven't been on here, but I've been behind the scenes doing a whole lot of things, a lot of speaking opportunities. And so you think there's nothing happening because COVID and the pandemic is happening. I'm here to tell you, there's still opportunities for you to speak. There's still opportunities for you to impact the world, have influence and impact. And the truth be told, to have that level of income and lifestyle that you want. This here, let me share this with you. Coaching and consulting world is right now it's over 100 billion. By the time 2025 comes, so I don't know if you can see my camera's probably backwards or something like that. That's crazy. I'm so sorry. By the time 2025 happens, right, that's out there, this is going to, coaching and consulting is going to be a $300 billion industry. The year 2025. And the truth be told, I truly believe that's expedited because of what's happening with the pandemic and what's happening with COVID-19. And many of you don't understand that is if you're not operating in this space, let me help you quickly understand that it is well over $150,000, $200,000 industry, and they're talking about the increase in 2025 getting to $300 billion. For all of you that are listening to the sound of my voice, you are missing out on something. Maybe you never thought about, I'm not a coach, Dr. Sonia, I'm not a consultant, but you are out there giving all this information away and not getting paid a dime. I know, you like serving everybody. I know, I'm supposed to be helping everybody, and I get it. Absolutely, you should. However, you're sitting on a gold mine. If this is true, which I believe it is, and I just happened to tap into it a few years ago, only because I wanted more. Now, who am I talking to right now? Those of you that are out there, you know you should be coaching others. You know you have some information and you have a message that the world needs to hear. You just don't know at what level, and maybe you don't know how to do it. Coach to millions. Coaching to millions of people, coaching to generate millions of dollars. Now, who's listening to me now? This is an industry, and please, and this is what I ask you to do. I thought the same thing. Oh my gosh, who's going to listen to me? Who's going to pay me? Who's going to do this? And I'm telling you right now, I get the opportunity to coach women globally. Some of the most influential, most productive women around the world that are attorneys, they're practitioners, they're medical doctors, all of that, speakers, they're coaches, they're stay-home moms, they're executive producers for shows. They are, influencers that are out there. And they all want to learn how to be able to generate this level of income, but they want the impact, they want the influence, and they definitely want the income. So Coach to Millions, as I go through this, we're going to walk you through a process of something you can start doing in the next 14 days. Somebody put 14 days, say 14 days. I didn't say 14 years. I didn't say 12 months. I didn't say 6 months. I'm talking about something you can start applying right now, whether you have a coaching or consulting business, or you really want to expand the one you have, or you're just launching. It doesn't matter where you are. Listen, please listen to the words that are coming out of my mouth about this industry. Now, I know somebody's out there, you're new to this, and you're trying to figure out exactly, what are you talking about, Dr. Sonia? What do you mean? Those of you who are coming in, the title of this is Coach to Millions. If you are a coach, a speaker, a thought leader, an entrepreneur, an author, a business owner, or you desire to be, this message is for you. Stop what you're doing, put everything down, and just listen. And I'm talking about an industry that is growing to 2025 of $300 billion. It's well over that now. Why don't you have a piece of that? The average coach that's out there, consultant, is generating $20,000 a year. Maybe 24, coaching and speaking, 24,000. Many of them, it's shut down for them when COVID-19 have, but there's others out there. Understand that where it's at right now is online, and understanding how do I coach and consult millions that are out there waiting for you. Maybe it's not millions that you want to work with. Maybe you just want to work with 50. Maybe you just want to work with 100. Maybe you want to work with all those who need your help. You just don't know what it is that you offer. And what I'm saying to you right now as I go through this, there is no better time than today for you to understand the world has changed, and it's changing even more. I was having a conversation, she was having a conversation with me about what's happening with Facebook and what's happening on all these platforms. And I'm sitting here like, man, how do I get this message out? Because there's so much that we can be doing. Ladies, hello, I'm talking to you in your business. If you're a stay-home mom, you're a single mom, or you're married and you have this on the inside that you know you're supposed to be helping others, and you haven't had the opportunity, and you're trying to figure out, how are they doing this? There's a way where you can tap into this, and there's no better time. Please understand it. I know COVID-19 has shifted the game, and it's shifting even more for those in business. And what I mean by that, if you have a brick and mortar, you probably don't have much of a business now. And those of you that are coaches already and you haven't made the pivot online, and you think, and all my service providers, my therapists that are out there, and I know I went through that as a counselor, I'm like, no, they need to see me. No, they don't. And I know, well, I don't want to do another Zoom meeting. Why not? On Wednesdays, I know where I'm supposed to be with my clients from around the world. 3 programs going at one time. That's why you don't see me, because I made the pivot. Have you? This here is real. And the truth be told, there's some people out there killing the game, and you're sitting over here trying to figure out how no offense, and please, somebody's going to put in it. I know you're going to put in the chat. I don't like what you said. We're out here trying to figure out how to pay our bills. And there's some people out here, to include myself, and I had to make the decision. How do I pivot in this time frame? Coach to Millions? I was doing it from a stage, and then I just had to back in, and we're going to talk about that. I just made it all online. 8 speaking opportunities in the last couple of days. Right here, and you're watching me from the comforts of your home. You may be watching me driving. You may be watching me sitting on your couch chilling. You may be watching me sitting out on your patio on the beach. From around the world, you're watching, and you're listening to the words coming out of my mouth. And I want you to hear me very clearly. This is not just for me. It's not just for other cultures. It is for a lot of us. And ladies, it is time for us to step up and coach to millions. This is time for you to build your legacy, and truly it's time for you to package your knowledge and your expertise and build your business from your kitchen table and make surgeons income. I hope you heard me loud and clear. So I want to go to the next thing. When you hear this, go ahead and tag somebody, put them in here, tag them, call or hang up, come back, do whatever you need to do. There's a girlfriend that you know that should be doing this as well, and she doesn't want to miss this, okay? So let's move on to what I believe and what I'm seeing in 2025 or before 2025. Now we're in this year of 2020, and the year's almost gone. And again, some are trying to figure out how they're going to pay their bills. Some are trying to figure out, how am I going to take care of my family and all of that. And I truly believe each and every one of you, is no guarantee. I'm not saying that at all, because I know I had to work for this. And when I say I work smarter, not harder. And that's what I'm saying to you. It's time to learn how to work smarter and not harder. Go ahead and put that in the chat. I want to work smarter and not harder. I want to work smarter and not harder. Coach to Millions, building income from your kitchen table, right? So I want to talk to you about, let me do different colors. I have some markers here. As I go through here, I want to build something. I call it the power pyramid, right? And what I believe that is happening, and I was just talking about this a few minutes ago. This is a student speaking opportunity. And I call it the power pyramid. I talk about this all the time. And I remember a few years ago, as I was going through this process, let's kind of go to the chat real quick, as I can see everybody here real quick. As I realized, as I went through, there's a lot of things that I had to overcome, literally in my business, where I just wanted to make 10,000. So before I go to this, I was sharing before, why would you even listen to me? Why on earth would, lady, I don't know who you are. Some of you are just following, somebody tag you in this. Why would I listen to you? 5 years ago, or I would say 5 years ago, I found myself in a place where I was a single mom. I'd been through a divorce, trying to take care of my kids. I was retired, had retired from the military. My I would say benefits hadn't kicked in yet. That's a whole different story. And I just wanted to make $10,000 a month. Now, I went back to school to get my PhD thinking that was going to help me. Now, let me pause for a second. All of my service providers, especially my therapists and counselors that are out there that are getting paid by the hour, you need to listen more than anything. Burnt out was an understatement. And I just got to a place where I know I can reach the masses. I can coach the millions. I just didn't know what coaching was. I didn't know any of that. But as I was going through that process, I realized that this one-on-one stuff, I was having a conversation with one of my clients today that's in New Zealand, and she was having this, she has a business and she's building her business out, and she's bringing on other therapists, the whole model that we sat down and had a conversation about, and that just whole shift, and working with a chiropractor is like, Dr. Sonia, this is the best thing I've ever done, instead of just a one-on-one. But I remember going through that process, and I just wanted to make $10,000. And within 90 days, I generated $250,000 in my own business. And it began to continuously happen to where we generate over 6 figures a month. Now, I used to be afraid to say that because of the fear of judgment. But I realize in this day and age, I can't keep this to myself anymore. I cannot keep it to myself. There are too many of my sisters that are out there struggling as coaches and pretending that this is really working, when there's a remedy to fix that, where you're only generating that $24,000, and so you can get that visibility and be heard and coach to millions and be able to do it from your kitchen table. There's no better time than now. You're watching me from your home, through Zoom, through Facebook, social media, whatever. You're standing here listening to me, and I know I want you to understand this. There's another way to do this. and I tapped into something that I heard about and I wasn't sure. And I was so afraid people were going to judge me. How am I going to afford to do this? I got my kids to take care of. I started to invest in myself, but there's one thing that took place along the way into where my company generates over 6 figures a month, and even 6-figure weeks. When the pandemic happened, we shifted, the company shifted so fast. I had to play catch up. That's why I haven't been live all the time. Just playing catch up. I wasn't prepared. I'm thinking, oh my gosh, like everybody else. Oh my gosh, I'm not gonna get clients. Oh my gosh, I want this. And it had an influx of people where we begin to generate 6 figures from my home. Not leaving during COVID, from my home, from my kitchen table, from my office table, from my dining room table. This is what I'm saying to you. Use your life experience and your knowledge to generate surgeon's income from your kitchen table. Hello, somebody. It's too much out there for you to be able to service others with your life experience and knowledge. I'm going to talk to you about that, okay? Right? So as we go here, I want you to think about there's 3 different phases, and I'm going to go through these very briefly. Right? 3 different phases that are out there. Let me find. It's a red zone. Let me kind of talk to you what is happening here, not just in a person's life, but these are business owners that I'm talking to. Some of you are business owners right now. Again, thought leaders, you may be speakers, coaches, and all of that. But what is happening in your life right now with these folks during COVID? I'm just talking about now, no better time, but some of them don't understand. Don't understand what is happening in the red zone. It's overpopulated. Let me see if I can get my marker here. It's overpopulated. Look at this. This is what's happening. All these coaches, all these thought leaders out here, pastors, ministers. Yeah, I'm talking to you too. Over here, everybody's wanting to do something. They're trying to make the pivot. They're trying to get a hustle. All this, it is overcrowded in the zone. It's overcrowded. Even just here, there's no wiggle room to do anything. And especially now, but one thing you need to understand, this is not going anywhere anytime soon. Maybe after the election, let's hope so, but it's not going anywhere anytime soon. There's so much that is happening that many of you may not know about that you're missing out on. But you don't have to, but you have to understand in this power zone, many entrepreneurs, and you have to decide where you are operating here in the red zone. It's overpopulated. Let me tell you some of the things, I'm gonna share very briefly some of the things that are happening. Make sure I get all of this and I don't miss anything. What's happening in the red zone? Many of you are cutting corners. You're trying to do this hustle during the pandemic and thinking, if I lowball my, you can make me throw my markers. If I lowball my price, I'll get more people, Dr. Sonia. I'm going to do a $49.99 program. I'm going to do a $99 program. I'm going to get everybody. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're just going to get a whole lot of people who want cheap, that don't want transformation. Oh, I know I said that. I know. I'm sorry. Let me be nice. Okay, be nice about this and be better white right now. Be nice about this. What is happening right now in this red zone? You're lowballing your prices. And you think, many of you going to get certifications. If I get one more John Maxwell client, which I love, because what they're realizing, it's overpop. It's a lot of coaches out there. They're very, and even consultants, a lot of speakers, a lot of them had to make the shift because what COVID-19 and what happened, make sure I'm on target, I got another meeting, but they think, oh, I got my certification. I thought that too. Oh, I'm certified. I got this PhD and I got this degree. Yeah, no, they're still operating in this phase, in this red phase. They're cutting corners. Next, your focus on here is paying bills. You're focused on paying bills versus how do I build a legacy? How do I change the trajectory of my family and their finances? How do I get freedom? You're thinking about just, or they, not just you, they and those in the red phase are just thinking about how do I just pay my bills to depend. And I'm not saying anything's wrong with that, but I'm going to say to you, think bigger for sure. Think bigger. Think bigger. Cutting corners, thinking about paying bills. Oh, fear. This right now, today, fear factor all day. Fear, what's going to happen? I don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. I can't tell you what tomorrow's. I don't have a crystal ball. All I can do is pray, meditate, and pray for the best. However, just sitting around twiddling your fingers, red zone people, is not going to work. I'm just going to wait this out. Are you kidding me? Wait what out? This whole pandemic, you're going to be waiting a long time, and then you're going to miss out on coaching to millions and really using your life experience, this is the best time. People are looking for you. If you're a stay-home mom or an educator, what? I was talking to a lady the other day that is starting, she wants to build her speaking business. And she's like, I'm so excited. I said, they need you right now. Educators, if you're listening to me, you out of all people need to be listening to this. Maybe you're not a coach or a consultant right now, but you should be. And the reason why you should be, because they need you now. If I were an educator or I was a homeschooling mom and I knew, oh, y'all better coach to millions, it is. What do I need to do? Somebody help me put this together ASAP, because it is needed. There are plenty of parents out there that need your help. They just can't find you because you may be operating here and you're fearful of what's going on. The other thing, you're playing small, thinking very small, as I just said. You're just thinking about, oh, I'm just going to get one or two. Let me try to work with them. I was talking to a client and she's like, I put in place everything you said. Now it's an influx of all these clients. That's not a problem. But I shared with you, if you're going to continue to do one-on-ones, you're going to get overloaded. And you need to make the pivot and the shift to this industry, okay? So those are the 4, and I'll talk about the top 4. Matter of fact, I'm just gonna, can I do that? I guess I'll tell you now. The top 4 industries right now. We're gonna talk a lot more about this because let me go ahead and put this out here real quick before you go. I have a 2-day virtual event that's coming up. It's called Amplify Me Live. You can go to amplifymelive.com. 2 days, next weekend, August 15th through the 16th, where we're going to talk about this in detail. Well, I get 2 days with you. Right now, I got another 10, 15 minutes to go. I know I said that when I started, right? But I'm going to go into detail of how you can really do this, get your questions answered, help you tap into which industry you want to be in and start coaching, and how do you start packaging your knowledge and expertise, and do this with less than 14 days, okay? So again, let's go over to you're indecisive in the red zone as well. You don't know what you want to do. You have no idea. And let me just, my passion is I do not want another woman to go through what I went through. Been through bankruptcy, I've lost it all. And when I tell you, I look sometimes at my life and the lifestyle I've been able to create, because it's all about what you can create out of what you've been through. No one really talks about that. It used to be this shunned upon thing, all the guilt and the shame. And you know, people are out there, well, I don't want anybody to know. I don't care anymore. If I can help save someone else's life and help them build their business while I continue to build legacy for mine, I'm sorry. Call me selfish, whatever you want to call me. But I know there's other women that are out there that want what I know I wanted back then, that I've been able to create because I understand the coach to millions and being able to use my life experience and my knowledge and build and create a surgeon's income from my kitchen table. It's not just for me, it's for you too. But the red zone, it's not happening here. And so one of those industries that you can consider is relationships. If you help people in their marriages or mom and daughter relationships or whatever the case may be, you can begin to do that now. Now, I know everybody listening to this is not for you. You don't want to be. You want to be an employee for the rest of your life. And I get it. Somebody has to do it. No disrespect, but someone has to do it. But some of us who don't want to do that anymore, there's another way to do this. And I call it a smart way to do it. All I need you to do is just listen and apply and be open to the possibilities of what's next. Negative Nancy, if you're watching me right now, this is not for you, because you're going to be a naysayer to everything that happens. You're going to be a naysayer that it's not possible, it's just for you. Girl, please. Yes, it is. I know if I can do it, anybody can do it once they get the necessary tools to do it, all right? The second industry I will tell you about, if you can help people in their finances. Most people are doing this on a napkin. Like, okay, where's that sheet of paper? I wrote down those bills, and or they're swiping their card, and as soon as the card, it says decline. Oh, okay, I don't have any more money. Let's wait till payday 3 weeks from now. It's not a way to live. Some people actually need that help. And if you're an expert in it, why are you not showing them? Coach to Millions, do it from your kitchen table, where you can do it right in the comforts of your home, okay? Right? Next, let's go to the yellow zone. Let me move ahead here so I can close out here in a few minutes. Yellow zone right here. And this is overpopulated, as you can see. It's overpopulated, but the idea is to move up the phase. Okay? So the next one is the yellow zone. What's happening in the yellow zone? Whew. And it's so easy to be in this. It's It's so easy to be in this zone and drop back down, because a lot of mindset for those business owners and entrepreneurs that are out there listening to me now in a coaching or a brick and mortar or what have you, most people don't think about this. And I know I think differently, and I get it. I call it a God idea, but I call it $1 million idea as well. Okay? And so in the yellow zone, what is happening, you're overthinking the process, and you think it's not for you, it's for everybody else. I thought the same thing. Oh, I really, honestly, I was like, I can't coach women who don't look like me. What? This has one thing about business in this $300 billion industry. It doesn't care about your race. It doesn't care about your ethnicity. It doesn't care if you coach or whatever. There, it is there. It is there for those who want it and those who really open. It's not about just your education. A lot of folks that are building these businesses have high school diplomas, if that. But they understand there's another way. The traditional way of being in business, I'm sorry, it's fading, and it's fading fast. And you're going to have a choice. You're going to be like mom and pop stores when Walmart came in, and then you're going to be gone. Or you're going to like, okay, hey, let me figure out how this works, and how do I really become a coach and consultant and use my life experience and knowledge. The yellow zone are folks who, you have a domain, you have a website. Okay, cool. You got a business phone number. You're on Facebook. Your business name is on Facebook. That doesn't help you generate income. When I initially started my business, I barely had a website. It didn't have any of my coaching on there. My first $1 million that I made, I rarely went to my primary website. It was all online. Been doing this from my kitchen table for a very long time. I say 5 years. Some folks been doing it much longer, right? And like, I feel like I'm the new kid on the block. Like, where did you come from? I was bold enough to bet on me. And I was bold enough to know there was a way that I could go to work at 12 and get off at 1. Had no idea it would turn into a multi-million-dollar business, but I thought it was just about the money, but it was all about my mindset, which is not happening, or there's a lack of in the yellow. Red zone, not even thinking about that. Yeah, not at all. Yellow zone, thinking about it, but not really focused on it. Also, what's happening in the yellow zone, you're jumping from one business to the next. All my MLMs, and you're listening to me right now, hello, you've been in 3 different MLMs and it hasn't got to the level of success, and you think because you get in the next one that it's going to be okay. My dear, you have it all twisted. That is not how that works. That's not how none of that works. What you really think about, what is it that you've been called to do? What is your purpose in life? Who is it that you want to serve? Who needs you the most right now? And this is not creating what everybody else is doing. No, I know there are a lot of people that are on social media. You see ads coming up, and there's, sponsors coming here, sponsored by so-and-so has this business and all that. Everybody says they're making millions of dollars. Success leaves trails. It does. And if you see no breadcrumbs and you see no trails, it's probably not true. Yellow zone. What else is happening in the yellow zone for a lot of business owners? They're pretending to be someone that they're not. I don't mean to put that out there. Let me go to my chat real quick. I'm sorry. I need to go. Let's see what's happening over here, because I know I can feel somebody right now like, ooh, wait, you're talking to me right now. You are talking to me. I wrote that before you talked about moving past that crowd for sure. How do you stand out? All of that. All of those things in here. So put your questions in here too. I'll go back and look at them, okay? Right? And as you go through the yellow zone, a lot of it, like, they're thinking everybody's out to get them. That was me, like, oh, what do they want? Why are they here? And all this stuff was going on. I was like, my prayer was, please put me in a situation where I am needed with those women who need me the most. But I know I had to get to a place where I valued who I was and what I brought to the table. I am not the $99 chick. I'm not the $49. I'm not the most expensive, but I'm not the least expensive either. But I also know what it costs, what the investment, not a cost, but what the investment was for me to get to this place where we're generating multiple 6 figures a month. And it was work. It wasn't, I wouldn't say it's hard work. It wasn't easy, but it was more about my mindset. Write this down. 90% of what you're going to learn is more about your mindset. The 10% is all the skill and the thing you need to build your business from your kitchen table. Yellow zone does not understand, and they're not applying that. One more thing I would say, yellow zone, they are focusing on being Instagram and social media famous. I have 100,000 followers does not mean you've made $100,000, my dear. I don't care if I have 5 followers. I used to go and they're like, oh my gosh, somebody didn't like my post and they didn't like this. They feel like they're being sold. Okay, got it. You don't have to like it at all. I will be just fine. You don't need 100,000 followers to make $100,000. Hello, somebody. You don't. You just need to understand a few things, and I'm going to get to that in a few minutes. Now, let's move on. That's the yellow zone. And some of the things, the yellow zone is a mindset that is happening with entrepreneurs and business owners. We are here today to talk about Coach to Millions. Use your life experience and your knowledge to build surgeon's income from your, or generate surgeon's income from your kitchen table. How do you package all of what you know? Because you know a lot and you don't think you do because you're overlooking it. I'm going to break that down for you as well, okay? So now let's go to the top one. Where's my green? The green, which is only 2%. Where's my green marker? Oh, there it is. Only 2%. This is operating, let me put over here, 2% of the population. 2%. It's not crowded up here. I look around, I've been looking for you. Matter of fact, I've been wanting to break bread with you. Say, hey girl, let's go to St. Thomas and hang out for the month. They're gonna make us quarantine, but we can hang out in this house. No worries, don't have to ask the boss, not struggling to pay bills. And I'm not saying that to be funny or poke fun at anybody, but there's another way to do business that has been hidden, and it's not hidden anymore. Some of us are just not looking for it because we're trying to figure out what's the next job I need to get. I need to go back and get another degree. And I'm not knocking that because some people, that's what they want to do, but you don't necessarily have to. So 2% of the population are operating in the green zone. 2%. 2. The air. It's fresh up here. It's a little lonely, if I can say that, because there's not a lot of people. But the ones that are there are killing the game. I call it beast mode all day. And being this little chocolate girl that you're looking at, never thought in a million years. I thought it was just for everybody else other than me. And I quickly realized, no, I have something to offer too. I just need to figure out what it is. And so this is what I'm saying to you. If you know, without a shadow of a doubt, you're supposed to be doing something more. You need to be doing something bigger. You need to be thinking bigger. You need to be helping others get to their next level of transformation. What are you waiting on? Oh, you're waiting on the pandemic to be over? You got a little bit longer. It may not be until next year. But there is something set up just for you if you go for it. What's happening in the green zone? It's a different type of ball game. There's not a concern about I gotta pay my bills. There's a concern of how, write this down, text this, tweet this, hashtag this. How can I build legacy? For me, when I first started, it was about money. And I did not realize that it's not even about that anymore. I thought, honestly, getting to that level of success financially, I thought it was going to be great. I didn't realize there were so many other things that I had to work on to get there, to maintain it. And I wanted to just be, honestly, for me, I wanted to be able to take care of my kids. And I thought, okay, we got to the 10K, we made $250,000 in a day. It kept increasing. Then we did these in the weeks and over the years. And I'm sitting here even during a pandemic. And I'm thinking, wow. I thought when we got to this level, I would shop till I drop. I shop less now. Only when I have to do television or interviews and things like that. Like, oh, I had that photo shoot in there. Oh, I hate that. Like, can I just wear that 10 times? That dress right there, I'm wearing every event. That dress is bad. I paid a lot for it, not invested, because it's not giving me a return other than some great photos. But what is happening at this level of the 2%? There are women that are out there that are doing exactly what they've been called to do, right? You've been called to do something at a much higher level. And you've been playing around, thinking small, playing it safe. I don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. And there are people out there that are diving in head first. Me, like, oh, let's do this. When everybody else is shrinking and hiding in the back. Oh my gosh, it's a pandemic. I'm just going to play it safe. Oh, I can't travel and speak. Oh, I can't do this. Let me go do a membership for $5. Really? Why are you playing around with this? Okay. So 2% are not playing it safe anymore. These folks here are coachable. They're decisive and they're committed. They're doing things at a higher level. And the truth be told, you can't walk out there and have this conversation with just anybody. There's a small group of folks that are out there. When you're in the rooms with millionaires and like, what are they doing in this time? They're not shrinking. And I'm not saying it's all about money, but it's things that you can do when this is happening that you couldn't do before. I sit back and I just pinch myself. I'm like, is this really happening? Get a little nervous. Like, did we just do 100K this week? Like, and folks like, oh, you can't do that during the pandemic. There's nobody buying. What? Amazon income tripled. People are buying all kinds of stuff online. Do you not think there are people out there that are going to need your help? Whether you're in the coaching space, you're a speaker, you're an author, at least you should be. We're going to have a conversation about that. So I want you to think about, what zone are you in? And for those of you, I will say this, for those of you who have a desire to really start building a business from your kitchen table and making surgeons income from your life experience and your knowledge, and you truly desire to be in the 2% zone, I would love for you to go to amplifymelive.com. You don't have to, stay exactly where you are. amplifymelive.com and go ahead and purchase your ticket. Yes, no, it's not free. 2 days of the information of how do you build out your 6-figure business from someone who's done it and continues to do it. This is not old information I did 10 years ago. This is information that is that I am using today, and I want to share it with you on how you do it for yourself and for your family. And you get to do it from the comforts of your home. So somebody go put it in the chat, amplifymelive.com, amplifymelive.com. Okay, so let's go to the other part before I close out. Okay, and here, now there are 3 things I want you, or 4 things that I want you to do. I hope this is helping somebody understand there's other ways. There are other ways to generate income, and you've been missing out on it. So we talked about the power pyramid. Now I want to talk about the Coach to Millions and 4 things you can do now, like right now, like within the next 14 days to really start doing this, to include attend the 2-day virtual event where it's going to change your life and your lifestyle and give you the freedom. So number 1, the number 1 thing you need to do, and yeah, okay, I was going to say it doesn't have spell check up here, so if I misspell something, my bad. We're trying to get through this, okay? So 4 things you can do in the next 14 days. Number 1, I want you to package your experience. Just gonna put experience. Okay, your life experience and your knowledge. Don't overthink this. People are not paying for your time. They're not going to pay for your time, but they will want to pick your brain. I hear it all. Can I pick your brain? Can we network? Can we connect? Right now, I'm connecting with my clients. Right now, I'm connecting to those women who really want more, and they're wanting to learn how to do this. Okay, so think about all the things that people ask you about, and we're going to walk through this a little bit more in detail, but I want to go through it now. Think about your life experience and your knowledge, that what you have and what people pick your brain about now. Don't overthink this. This is not creating something new. This is thinking about what you already do. And for some of you, it's a lot. So like one of the executive producers that I work with now, I'm building out her speaking platform and eventually her coaching. It was like, girl, people want to know how to get on television. Are you kidding me? Like, yeah, you know, they invite me out all the time to do this. And I'm sitting here like, and you do what when you're there? Well, I just go and, you know, most of the time it's free. I'm like, what? Okay. Coach to Millions. Use your life experience and your knowledge to help the masses get to their next level and generate surgeons income from your table. It's something that's going to blow your mind when you completely understand what that is and what that means. Okay. Number 2 thing. The second thing I want you to do. I want you to decide or create your vehicle. Create the vehicle you're going to use. Right? Once you do it, how are you going to deliver it? We'll talk a little bit more about that, but I'll say 1, speaking. You can do it from the comforts of your home. Before, his mom's like, I can't go anywhere. If you don't have to. You don't have to. You can stay where you are in your home. Get dressed up. Guess where to go? I don't have anywhere to go today, but right here, from 1, 2, 3 events, right? To be able to share this knowledge of what's next for you and what you can do, right? So create the vehicle you want to use to deliver your message, deliver your program. And it doesn't have to be for people in your backyard. For sure. Let me see what I got in here. Number 2, create your vehicle. Thank you, Wanda, for putting that in there. For sure. Absolutely. Okay. So that's number 2. Number 3, you ready for it? When you create that vehicle, this is what it's going to allow you to do. Serve the masses. You think it's just for celebrities? No. You think it's for those that have been in the game 10, 20 years? No. I sit back and some of my, I would say now my peers and colleagues did this long before I did. I was in the military when they first started. They had 20 years on me. I'm like, no, I need to play catch up, and I need to play catch up fast. So I really dedicated my time to figure out what they know that I did not know. And I went and read every book, and I read everything that was on online, Google and all that. And I know I need to expedite this, to catch up to 20 years. They have the, all those things. I started investing in myself. Oh, it expedited the process for sure. How do you go from zero bankrupt to I was about to say what was in my account. That's not nice, because somebody's like, why do you always say that? Well, because I was broke. I was flat broke. I had to go borrow my sister's credit card, $300 and something to trying to figure out how do I do this coaching thing. And I didn't even have that. To now having more than enough in abundance and being able to help others coach to millions by using my life experience and knowledge. I'm grateful to be able to do that. But now is your turn. What's in this for you? To learn how to do the exact same thing, even bigger and better than I did. It took me much longer. I think it took me a long time, because I thought I knew it all. And I thought, oh, I could do this. I'm retired military, 21 years. I'm like, no, I got to figure this out. And I need to figure this out now. So again, serve the masses. And last but not least, what Ultimate is going to help you do, create your lifestyle and freedom. The left hand going to work over here. Create your lifestyle. You get to decide how this is done. Create your lifestyle and create the freedom that it gives you. Some of you don't want to go back to work because it's not safe. Imagine if you put this in place where you can stay home with your kids, or you can hire someone to homeschool your children online, or whatever the case may be. Don't you think it's time for you to change the trajectory of your life, the lives of your children, to be able to leave that legacy? So it's create your lifestyle and put legacy in here. I'm sorry. It's time. And if you don't think it's time, you sit right there. But mark, as they say, mark my word. You hear your grandmother say, mark my word. We're going to look up at the end of the year, and there's going to be more millionaires that come out of, I wouldn't even say hiding, that were made because they understood exactly what I'm saying. 2025 is coming rapidly, and you don't even have to wait that long. You can begin this journey now. And so what I would say for you, what you can do, and what I highly recommend now, that if you are there and you really don't like, hey, this is not for you, it's okay. That's great. No word, no harm, no foul. But if you know that you have something, you just don't know what it is, and you want it out so you can help the masses, so you can sit at your kitchen table and be able to, and I'm not making any promises to anybody. But one thing I will promise you, you will not look at the business and entrepreneur, I would say industry, the same as you did before. It's a gold mine. 2025, $300 billion. If you just get a tenth of that, it will change the way your world is and where your family is. So again, I want you to go over. I would love for you to go over to Amplify Me Live. Let me tell you what you get while you're there. Right? Amplify. And yes, it's next weekend, August 15th through August 16th, a Saturday and a Sunday, 10 to, let me go to that one real quick. You pull it up so you all see it. I got a lot of stuff on here. Here we go. Went right to it. So amplifymelive.com, 2-day virtual event, August 15th and 16th, 10 to 5 on Saturday, 1 to 6 on Sunday. If you have something, cancel it. If this is important for you, when are you going to have the next one? Not anytime soon. This is the first of probably one that I'll do, but I understand that this is needed. And so what we're going to do, my team and I, for 2 days to sit, and most of the folks, when I do these events, they're not $97. That's what you do for hair and nails. That's what you just bought something on Amazon at that price point. right? $97 for 2 days to learn how to package your life experience and your knowledge to be able to do this. There's no other better time, and there's no other ideas that you can do. So again, this is for attention women, coaches, consultants, authors, speakers, entrepreneurs, and business owners. When you are really ready to tap into who you are and what you've been called to do, join me on August 15th and 16th for the Amplify Me Live, the solutions that you need to your next level business and generating income from your kitchen table. You can go there and check it out and learn more about it. This is Dr. Sonia Stribling. I'll see many of you at the top. Everybody else, stay right here. If you're good, I'm Gucci. If you're not, it's time. Let's go do this. There are people that are just sitting, waiting on you. And I understand let me say this last thing as I close out. If you are talking about or considering being in business and $97, and I'll say this very, as they say, flat out, if $97 is a showstopper for you, you don't need to be in business. You do not. You do not. You go Google, you go figure it out, and Google's going to give you all the pieces to put it together, or you can come and join some of the like-minded women that are really about to be trailblazers in this game, in this industry of coaching, speaking, being an author, really being a triple threat, because we're going to talk about all three and how you can start generating income right away from your kitchen table. So again, if $97 is an upset to you, you don't need to be in business. And I know somebody's going to say something about that. You do not. And I understand, yes, we're in the middle of a pandemic. This is to help get money to you and not just take it away from you, but be able to give you some ideas on how you can really change your life, your lifestyle, and build a legacy that you want. This is Dr. Sonia Stribling again. I'll see many of you at the top.